Hi friends, this is Tatiana and today is Saturday, May 4th, 2019 and today is National Scrapbooking Day. So in honor of National Scrapbooking Day and to celebrate it, I thought that I would upload a scrapbooking process video. So this video will be about a layout that I did about my WRMK, which stands for We Are Memory Keepers typewriter, and how it came to be mine. So I had this idea that I wanted there to be colorful rays shooting out the top of my typewriter, and I wanted the rays to be typed rays because one of the features of this typewriter is that you can buy about 7 or 8 different colors of ink or 7 or 8 different ribbons for the typewriter. And so I wanted to feature those ribbons in the layout, and I also wanted it to look colorful because I wanted it to look pretty. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a template for myself to type inside of, and I'm just measuring and dividing this triangle shape into 4 different sections, which are going to be the columns that I type into as we progress into this video. So anyway, I got this typewriter not because I needed another typewriter, because I do have a vintage typewriter collection, but because my friend sent me a text and he said, hey, I'm at Marshall's and they have this typewriter on sale and it's only $149, and if you want it, come get it. And I didn't need it, but it was close to my birthday and I knew about this typewriter and I kind of wanted it. And it does have a 12-inch carriage, which is great for scrapbook paper, which is 12 inches wide. And so anyway, I went and looked at it, and I knew that I could return it within 30 days if I didn't like it. So I brought it home, and I did an unboxing video, which you can see elsewhere on my channel if you're interested in this typewriter to buy for yourself. And I did have a few problems with this typewriter. It's not a vintage typewriter by any means. It's made completely differently. It's plastic parts with the keys are metal, and there are some metal parts, but it's generally what it is. It's a 2019, well, this one would probably be a 2017 model, but it's a plastic made in China typewriter. So the keys are at the same time soft and hard to push. I think you'd have to try them out to understand what I mean. They just have a not very good feel to them. And I tested out all the ribbon colors in my video, and I couldn't get 2 of them to work at all. Well, I shouldn't say not at all. They did work, but one of them I couldn't get to work was the white. It's supposedly, I mean, it's to use on dark paper, and I tried that, and it just didn't give a nice crisp impression. There were white flecks on the black paper and half-formed letters, but it just didn't work the way it should have. And I couldn't get the light pink color to work at all. So anyway, the typewriter's not perfect, but it is the only typewriter that I know of on the market in 2019. And I think that We Are Memory Keepers just saw a hole in the market, and they knew that scrapbookers were buying vintage typewriters, and so they decided to design a typewriter. And it works fairly well. I mean, it doesn't type the letters on a straight horizontal plane. They vary above and below that horizontal plane, and that gives it a bit of quirk. So you have to know that when you buy it, and if you don't mind that, or if you turn out liking it like I did, then you'll be pleasantly surprised by it. Anyway, what I'm doing here is I'm fidgeting around with the typewriter and what I type my journaling, and I'm trying to get it to fit onto the paper properly. And I am using a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper here as the backdrop, and it's a Studio Calico paper, which I believe is from their elementary collection, and I think that collection was put out sometime around 2010. So if you're looking for this paper, it's probably really hard to find at this point. And next I'm going to type out a title for the layout, and I'm using this alpha stamp set that I got at my local scrapbook shop, and I paid $1 for this stamp set, and it came with an acrylic block, so I thought it was a really good deal, and that's why I bought it. And I ended up using it on this layout because I wanted there to be a chunky title at the bottom, and I wanted the letters to be all sort of cut up and falling all over the place. And the reason for that is because I felt like I wanted to use some symbolism for the typewriter not being a perfect thing. I didn't want the title to be linear and all perfect because the typewriter itself's not perfect. It's a bit of a hot mess, actually. So I wanted the title to sort of represent that, and that's why the letters are sort of looking as though they're just all over the place and a mess at the bottom. And so anyway, after I finished this layout, I did a few things off camera that I don't show in the layout, and that was I cut it to 9 by 12, which is my preferred size for scrapbooking. I matted it on a piece of black cardstock, and I stamped the date that I bought the typewriter directly onto the typewriter, and you'll see that in these parting shots at the end of the video here. So I think it turned out well, and I haven't been scrapbooking a lot lately, so I was pretty pleased with actually how it turned out, and I hope to scrapbook a little bit more in the future. Card making is my first love, but I also do love to scrapbook. So thanks so much for joining me, and I hope that you subscribe, and I'll see you again in my next video. Thanks so much. Bye.